Good morning, this is Frances from Yoga Glow Studio. This is day 5 in our Calm and Resilience course, and we're going to be investigating the concept of surrender in yoga. So surrender is the 5th niyama in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, and I'll just talk you through what I think this means. So you can come into child's pose, you can bring the knees wide, find a wide-legged balasana. Stretch out the arms in front of you. Just allow yourself to land. So start to connect to the breath. Just noticing how you feel in this moment. So what does surrender mean in a yogic sense of the word? So quite the opposite of defeat. Surrender means to yield rather than oppose the flow of life. So to yield to life rather than oppose the flow, what does that mean? So I've definitely experienced opposition to the flow of life. So for me at university, I chose to study law and I stuck with it, and I kept going, and I had 3 great girlfriends, and we all kept each other going, and we motivated each other, and we all got great results, and we carried on on that trajectory. But we were all really unhappy, and it wasn't the right thing to do. And so that's an example of opposing the flow of life. We should have all quit and done something we loved. But sometimes we just have this tenacity, we have these ideas of what we want, and we don't listen to our inner voice, our inner yearnings. So it could be the same in a career. Perhaps you're really in a dead-end job that you hate, that you need to change, but you're too scared to. In a relationship, perhaps you have had years of marriage counselling, but it hasn't really worked, you're really unhappy, and it's time to get out. So it does require action. Sometimes it requires letting go of the status quo, of moving on. So it's a really big thing to surrender, and I think the way that we can get in touch with this, as with all the big things, is just to be still, to find that time each day to be quiet and still, to go within. So yoga is a really wonderful way to do that. It could be also meditation or taking a walk in nature. So just prioritizing that time to connect to yourself. Getting out of the head, the ego, and just letting yourself be. Connecting to your deepest heartfelt desires and wants. So perhaps engaging your Ujjayi or oceanic breath now. Celebrating and feeling the rise in the chest and rib cage. And when you're ready, making your way now into a tabletop position, and from table into your first downward dog. You can paddle out the legs, bending and straightening the legs. Staying with that steady Ujjayi breath. So your Ujjayi breath, also known as oceanic breath, is the breath that acts like your anchor, linking mind, body and spirit together, helping you to stay in present moment awareness. And when you're ready, you can look forward, bend the knees, and just make your way up to the top of the mat. Just finding a ragdoll fold, hands perhaps onto the elbows, and allow yourself just to hang here. Head and neck dropping down. And when you're ready, bringing the hands down, let's
Just bring the feet in, hip width all together. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, palms to the heart. Good. So just grounding in your Tadasana, mountain pose or Samastitihi, equal standing, spreading the toes, the weight evenly across the feet. And we'll take 3 rounds of half sun salutations here. So inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. And exhale, folding everything forward. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, crescent over to the right. You can hold the left wrist with the right hand. Find a big crescent over. Keep lifting up through the waist. And let's come back up on the inhale and switch sides. When you're ready, inhale to reach up high, and exhale, cactus, open the arms, roll the shoulders down the back, squeeze the hips forward. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, diving forward. Halfway lift, shoulders out of the ears. And exhale, we'll step the right foot back, dropping the right knee down, and making your way up into your low lunge. You can always keep the hands grounded on that front leg, or you can bring the arms up. So here we are hugging the inner thighs, engaging the front of the right thigh and the glutes on the right side. And let's find our plank pose. So you can just step back into a plank and just see if you can bend the elbows slightly and then lift the belly up. So you might be able to see me just cinching the belly up, really engaging through the core, and tailbone tucks under. Just feeling your strength and power in your own body. Let's inhale to shift forward and exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, making your way back to a wide-legged child's pose, balasana. So knees go wide, you can stretch the arms out in front of you. Steady Ujjayi breaths here. And when you're ready, let's come back up and you can make your way into tabletop position. And from here, we'll take cow-cat. So inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart forward. And exhale to round. Inhale forward, tailbone rises, drop the belly. Exhale to round. One more like this. And then bringing the knees together, and we'll take alternate arms and legs. So stretching and reaching the right leg back as if you wanted to make an imprint in the wall, like a human tug of war. Stretch and reach, lift the belly to the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. From here, moving back into plank. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to lower. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, making your way back to downward dog. Perhaps paddling out the legs again, or finding stillness. And just finding stillness together now, drawing the chest towards the thighs, heels a little bit closer to the mat. Don't worry if they don't reach, just working in that direction. When you're ready, we're going to pick up the right leg, open up the right hip. Keep drawing that right knee open, and then stepping forward to the top of the mat, dropping the left knee down. Again, finding your low lunge. And just focusing your attention on something that isn't moving in front of you, and staying with the breath. And dropping the arms down. And we'll step forward to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, palms to the heart. From here, coming into our Utkatasana chair pose. So you can always bring the feet hip width apart and come into a chair, sinking the hips down. See if you can engage the lower belly to just lengthen the tailbone even a little bit more. Nearly all the weight in the heels. One more breath in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And exhale, the left foot steps to the back of the mat. Let's bring the arms up. Lifting the belly off the front leg and finding that dynamic energy reaching forward. And one more breath in. Exhale, finding your plank pose and holding it here. And all we're going to do is roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, or you can also find your adjusted version by dropping the right knee down here, finding the adjusted version. Otherwise, just focus on lifting through the side obliques. You can also stagger the legs like this, so just finding what works for you and your body. And then we're going to switch sides, so whichever version you took, finding that again on this side. Good, and then releasing and finding your flow, or just moving back to downward dog. Good. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths here. So on the exhale, just letting go of anything that's been difficult for you today or this week. Any tension, any stuck or negative emotions, letting it go. Big inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Let it go. Good, lifting up the left leg this time. Let's open up the left hip. Keep drawing the left knee open. And then sending that left leg forward all the way to the top of the mat. Maybe widening the feet slightly and just finding that low lunge or high lunge variation. Just staying with the breath. And release, finding your flow, or moving straight to downward dog, or taking a rest in child's pose. And we'll make our way up to the top of the mat. Half lift. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, palms to the heart. Good. So from here, we're going to move to Garandasana Eagle pose. So we're going to come
into chair to start. So coming into your chair pose. And we're going to see about bringing the left arm under the right arm and either onto shoulders or into reverse prayer. And then the left leg wraps over the right. You can also just bring the toes down if that's too much of a posture, or you can just skip it, leave the legs out of it, and find instead just chair legs. Otherwise, just sinking the hips down here, lifting the elbows up and away. Keep hugging the inner thighs in towards each other. When you're ready, let's inhale, reaching up, one-legged Tadasana. See if you can flex the left foot. And then when you're ready, transitioning into your warrior three. You can always rest the hands on blocks if you have them. Otherwise, just very slowly starting to come into warrior three, maybe with the hands at the heart, or maybe bringing the arms back behind you. Keep lifting up through the heart and reaching the crown of the head forward. And then from here, step back into warrior two. So just taking time to set up front knee over front ankle and front heel in line with back heel or back arch. Looking forward over the fingers, just checking the back arm isn't dropping down. Good, and we'll just take a flow here. So inhale to reach, exhale, reverse, reach up and back. Inhale, side angle, Parsvottanasana. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, side angle. And exhale, warrior two. Just straightening up that front leg now. And we're going to bring the hands onto the hips with the feet parallel to each other. Ready for our Prasarita forward fold. So inhale, let's lean back a little bit. And exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips, bringing the hands down. You might be able to then, or you will be able to bring the feet a little bit wider, quite a lot wider actually, usually. And then just allow yourself to dangle down here. So forward folds are really calming for the nervous system, benefiting from all that fresh oxygenated blood coming to the brain for mental clarity, coherence. And when you're ready, just lifting up halfway, walking the hands forward, and walking back to the top of the mat and stepping back into your plank pose. Again, just tune in to your inner strength, your resilience. And then you can drop the knees down, hands underneath the shoulders. We're just going to reach the right leg back now, stretching it back. Big inhale. And exhale over to the right, planting the sole of the foot and just coming up into your gate pose. And side body stretch, stretching over that right leg. Inhale to reach up. Exhale the left hand down, right hand up. And you may also like to lift up the leg and perhaps even hold the foot for a quad stretch. If you've taken that one, try kicking into the hand and rolling the right shoulder back. Keep the knee, ankle and hip in one line.
And let's inhale, reaching long. And exhale, making your way back to center. And we'll just come straight back into a downward dog. Inhale here. Exhale, travel forward. Halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, palms to the heart. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale. And this time we're going to bring the right arm under the left. Find either hands onto the shoulders or reverse prayer. And then the right leg crosses, maybe wraps around. Keep lifting the elbows up and away from the body and squeeze the adductors in the inner thighs. And when you're ready, let's lift on up, coming into your one-legged Tadasana. Weight comes into the left leg. And then when you're ready, moving into your warrior three. Keep breathing here. And then you can step back into warrior two. So making your way into your warrior two. Left heel bisects the back arch or is in line with the back heel. And find that symmetry for yourself in your body. So each time you find a posture in yoga, every time it's like jumping into a river for the first time, never routine and mechanical. Let's find that same flow. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale to reverse. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, side angle. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, your side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Breathing here. And then straightening the front leg. And I'm just going to turn around so I don't have my back to you. We're going to this time bring the feet out at a 45-degree angle. You're going to come into a star shape. And then as if you had a wall behind you, we're just going to lower down and see if you can start to draw the elbows and arms back, squeezing the shoulders together behind you. Staying with the breath, maybe bringing the hands together and up for your full goddess squat or temple pose. And then releasing the hands onto the legs. We're just going to bring the left forearm onto the left leg, and reach the right arm up, and then bring it round and down, and then bring the right hand to the right forearm down on the right leg. And let's stretch up the other way. Just one more like this on each side. Good. Bringing the hands onto the knees now and just lengthen the tailbone back, lengthen the whole spine. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, dip the right shoulder, look under the left. Inhale, come back. Exhale, dip the left shoulder, look under the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to fold, transitioning to your prasarita, bringing the feet wider, dropping the head down. And walk the hands forward and to the top of the mat. And stepping back into your plank pose. last time in plank today. So just really feel the integrity of the posture. Lift up the belly to the spine. Strong legs, strong thighs, kneecaps. And then we'll just drop the knees down to the ground. Knees come together. And this time let's reach the left leg back and bring it over to the left side. Finding your Parigasana gate pose. Side body stretch over the left leg. Inhale to reach high. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up. And again, maybe lifting the left leg, just enjoying this version. And you're drawing the left hip slightly back here. Find that alignment. Maybe reach back for the left foot and kick into the hand. Just find the expression that really feels good for you in your body, that balance between effort and ease. And then reaching long, last time. And just coming back to center. Good. And we're just going to come down onto the belly, so you can lower yourself down all the way onto the belly. Bringing the forehead down to the mat. And you can bring the knees wide and just windshield wiper the legs. And then come back. And from here we'll find our locust posed. So you can reach the arms back, palms facing down or perhaps interlinked behind the back. And when you're ready, we're going to peel head, neck and shoulders up, maybe the legs as well. Breathe here. And release, coming back down. We can press up. And I always love to follow locust with an embryo version of child's pose. So just bringing the knees together and bringing the arms back behind you. Unless you want to take the other version, that's obviously fine. Just finding the one that suits you. Just allowing the back that's worked really hard to lift you in locust to now relax. And making your way back up. Good. And we'll just bring the left leg out and the right leg can come out to the side. Bringing the hands back. So hands can point towards you, just opening the chest here. And then finding an internal hip rotation. So bringing that right knee in towards the left knee. Maybe pushing the hips forward. And then coming round to the right, opening up the other way. And just stretching back behind you. Big stretch into the left side body, the rib cage. And coming back up to center. And we'll find a twist here, so you can just bring the right foot outside the left knee for your Ardha Matsyendrasana. You can also bend the bottom leg if you want to. Find the more traditional version of this pose, lifting the arms up and then either wrapping or hooking the left elbow outside the right knee, twisting round. Head can follow the twist, or you might want to keep your neck more in line with the sternum. And just coming back round to center. Just taking a little dip to the left. And then we'll switch sides, so you can bring the right leg out straight. Left knee comes open. And again, let's find that same internal hip rotation. So just rotating the hip in. And then coming back round, finding your stretch through the right side body. Maybe forehead comes all the way down. And let's come back to center. Just coming into your Paschimottanasana fold, so walking the sit bones back. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to fold forward. Feet may be flexed or relaxed. Lengthen out the spine. Everything relaxing down. Just slowing down the breath even more now as we enter the home run of our practice. And coming back up whenever you're ready. And we'll make our way into Shavasana, so you can find any extra layers of clothing that you need, if any, or maybe a blanket. And just lowering yourself down onto the mat. And you can bring the legs a little bit wider than hip width. Allow the feet to fall open. And just relax everything down. Feel the support of the ground underneath you. And relax the whole face. This is your opportunity to be completely quiet and still, and to rest fully and deeply. So make the most of it. I'll let you know when it's time to wake up. And it's time now to start to bring awareness back. Tuning in to your space, any sounds that you can hear around you, outside. Just starting to deepen and lengthen the breath, and maybe finding some circles in the wrists and ankles. And perhaps taking a stretch through the fingers and toes. And then rolling onto your right side, making a pillow for your head with your hand or your arm. Just resting here for a few more breaths. ready, coming back up to a seat, keeping the eyes closed or the gaze soft, cross-legged, or any other position that's comfortable for you. Perhaps bringing the hands onto the heart center, one over the other. Just connecting with your breath here, maybe feeling your heart beating. Feeling completely connected and calm back to yourself. And keeping the eyes closed, I'm just going to read you a short piece from Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, around the idea of surrender and non-resistance. A Buddhist monk once told me, "All I have learned in the 20 years that I have been a monk, I can sum up in one sentence. All that arises passes away. This I know." What he meant, of course, was this: I have learned to offer no resistance to what is. I have learned to allow the present moment to be and to accept the impermanent nature of all things and conditions. Thus have I found peace. To offer no resistance to life is to be in a state of grace, ease, and lightness. This state is then no longer dependent upon things being in a certain way, good or bad. It seems almost paradoxical. Yet when your inner dependency on form is gone, the general conditions of your life, the outer forms, tend to improve greatly. Things, people, or conditions that you thought you needed for your happiness now come to you with no struggle or effort on your part, and you are free to enjoy and appreciate them while they last. All those things, of course, will still pass away, cycles will come and go, but with dependency gone, there is no fear of loss anymore. Life flows with ease. The happiness that is derived from some secondary source is never very deep. It is only a pale reflection of the joy of being, the vibrant peace that you find within as you enter the state of non-resistance. Being takes you beyond the polar opposites of the mind and frees you from dependency on form. Even if everything were to collapse and crumble all around you, you would still feel a deep inner core of peace. You may not be happy, but you will be at peace. So when you're ready, just bringing your hands into prayer at your heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so very much for taking this time to practice with me. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know how you got on in the comments, and I'll definitely see you soon. Thank you.